Most people think survival is about brute strength or sheer luck, but they couldn't be more wrong. The truth? The tiniest, most overlooked tools often decide who walks away and who becomes another tragic statistic. Picture this. The power cuts out, chaos erupts outside, and the gear you ignored could have been the difference between life and death. Hardcore preppers don't gamble. They trust items most people overlook, and number 9? It's already saved lives in situations you wouldn't believe. Today, you'll see exactly why preparation isn't optional. It's survival. There's no warning, no time to think. Only the gear you've got within reach. Think about the headlines in just the past few years. Massive wildfires scorching. Spain and Portugal floods wiping out entire neighborhoods in Germany. Hurricanes leaving millions without power in the US. And sudden blackouts plunging cities into darkness for days. Ordinary families, caught off guard, realized too late that what they had or didn't have could mean the difference between survival and disaster. These events aren't distant stories. They're proof that preparation is not a theory, it's survival insurance. That is why today we'll break down survival gear so essential it separates the prepared from the helpless. From life-saving knives to devices that turn darkness into control, these tools have proven themselves in the worst possible moments. Now number 1. A compact water filter. When disaster hits, clean water becomes the most valuable resource you can imagine. Forget food for a second without water. The clock on your survival ticks fast. Hardcore preppers never rely on bottled water alone. They trust compact filters like the Sawyer Mini or Life Straw. These devices can turn a muddy puddle or a river into something drinkable within minutes. In real emergencies, hurricanes, earthquakes, or even war zones, this tiny tool has kept countless people alive when taps ran dry. That was number 10. 9. The tourniquet, the lifesaver. This one deserves its reputation. A tourniquet has literally pulled people back from the edge of death after accidents, shootings, or natural disasters. There are countless stories. A hiker pinned under debris who survived massive blood loss only because they had one in their pack. Soldiers on the battlefield who lived to tell their story because a tourniquet bought them time until help arrived. Preppers call this the ultimate silent hero because when seconds matter, nothing replaces it. And that's why this item isn't optional. It's mandatory. Number 9 just saved lives. Number 8, Ambier, reliable multi-tool. Picture this. Your knife breaks, your pliers are gone, and you need to cut, pry, fix, or even open a can. That's when a multi-tool proves its worth. Hardcore preppers choose models like the Leatherman Wave or Victorinox Swiss tool because they're built to handle more than one job under pressure. In survival, versatility is king, and a good multi-tool can replace half the weight in your backpack. Whether it's repairing gear, building shelter, or handling first aid improvisations, this is one of those items that quietly earns its keep every single day. Number 8 is a true lifesaver. 7, still coming. #7, a tactical flashlight. Darkness is one of the greatest enemies in a survival scenario. When cities lose power, nights become pitch-black jungles, and danger hides in every shadow. Hardcore preppers always pack a tactical flashlight, not just for visibility, but for signaling, self-defense, and even psychological reassurance. Models with strobe features can disorient threats, while waterproof designs work in storms or floods. Imagine searching for your family in a blackout. Without this beam of light, fear multiplies fast. With it, you've just taken control back from the dark. Number 7 keeps darkness in check. 6 left. #6, a fire starter kit. Fire has been mankind's oldest survival tool, and it still hasn't lost its crown. From boiling water to cooking food, from staying warm in freezing nights to warding off predators, fire is non-negotiable. That's why preppers don't rely on a single lighter. They carry ferro rods, waterproof matches, and magnesium shavings. One prepper once shared how, after being stranded in the woods during a storm, his fire starter meant the difference between hypothermia and walking out alive. Fire is more than heat. It's survival in its rawest form. #6 can make or break survival 5 to go. #5A survival radio with hand crank. Information is power, especially when everything else collapses. When cell towers go down, Wi-Fi dies, and panic spreads, a hand crank survival radio becomes your lifeline. With it, you can receive emergency broadcasts, weather alerts, and even communicate in some cases. Hardcore preppers insist on models that double as power banks to charge small devices. Think about it. While others are blind to what's happening, you'd know which areas to avoid, where to find aid, and how to stay one step ahead. In survival, knowledge really is survival. #5 keeps you informed. 4 remain. Number 4, Ampere sturdy fixed blade knife. If there's one tool that screams survival, it's a solid fixed blade knife. Unlike folders, it won't fail under pressure, and hardcore preppers know it's the backbone of bushcraft. Cutting branches, processing game, building shelter, this blade becomes an extension of your own hand. Picture someone stranded in the wild, carving stakes to keep a tarp from blowing away in a storm. Without this, survival turns 10 times harder. With it, you suddenly hold the power to adapt, improvise, and conquer the environment. Number 4 is the backbone of Bushcraft 3 still ahead. Number 3, Ampere First Aid Kit, fully stocked. In survival, injuries don't wait for perfect timing. A cut, a burn, or a twisted ankle can spiral into life-threatening if ignored. That's why preppers never settle for flimsy kits. They build theirs with trauma pads, antiseptics, sutures, and yes training to use them. There's a saying among hardcore survivalists: a $20 kit saves $20 wounds. A $200 kit saves lives. Think about it. What's the point of surviving hunger or cold if infection takes you out first? The right kit stacks the odds back in your favor. #2, a compact water storage system. Now, we already mentioned water filters. But here's the twist. Filtering is useless if you've got nothing to store your water in. Hardcore preppers trust collapsible containers or military-grade canteens because hydration isn't just about finding water. It's about keeping it safe, portable, and ready. Imagine fleeing a disaster zone, having to ration every drop. With sturdy containers, you carry tomorrow's survival in your hands. Without them, even the purest spring won't keep you alive for long. Storage turns access into strategy, and strategy wins survival. And here is the kicker with water. Having a filter is useless if you don't have a safe place to store it. That's where a compact water storage system becomes a game changer. Imagine being on the move, fleeing a disaster, rationing every drop you need clean water, ready to go. Anytime, anywhere. Hardcore preppers trust collapsible containers and military-grade canteens. But there's a smarter, faster solution that takes this to the next level. Check out the Water Freedom system in the link below. It ensures you always have accessible, safe drinking water, no matter the chaos outside. #1, a bug-out bag, fully loaded and ready to grab. Here it is, the crown jewel of survival, the bug-out bag. This isn't just a backpack. It's your lifeline when every second counts. Hardcore preppers don't leave theirs half-packed or buried in a closet. They keep it by the door, ready to grab at a moment's notice. Inside, it holds the essentials: food rations, water filters, medical gear, fire starters, knives, radios, everything we've just counted down. The philosophy is simple. When chaos erupts, you don't have time to think. You only have time to move. Now picture it. The sirens are wailing, panic grips the streets, and people scramble with nothing but the clothes on their backs. But you sling your bug-out bag over your shoulder, and suddenly you're not just surviving, you're ahead. You've got the ability to leave danger behind and step towards safety while others fall into despair. That's why hardcore preppers see the bag not as gear, but as freedom itself. It's the bridge between uncertainty and control, between fear and action. And here's the kicker. A bug-out bag isn't one size fits all. Yours should reflect your environment, your family's needs, and your own priorities. Some preppers pack tools for urban collapse, others gear for wilderness survival. But the principle never changes. This bag is the single most important survival item because it ties all the others together. Without it, gear is scattered, useless. With it, everything becomes a system. And that's why the bug-out bag sits at the very top of the list. Disasters don't knock politely on your door. They crashing when you least expect them. One day it's calm. The next you're facing a blackout, a flood, or even the sudden crack of civil unrest. We've seen it happen across the globe. Entire neighborhoods swallowed by fire, cities crippled by storms, families displaced in minutes. And here's the brutal truth: nature doesn't care if you're ready or not. The only thing standing between you and chaos is the preparation you've already made. Now think about this. Every item we just walked through, ISN theory, it's been tested in blood, sweat, and real emergencies. A tourniquet saving a hiker's life, a radio warning families before the storm hit, a fire starter keeping someone alive in the freezing woods. These aren't nice-to-haves. They're the thin line between survival and tragedy. And yet, most people choose to ignore these lessons until it's too late. Hardcore preppers don't wait for warning shots. They prepare as if tomorrow could collapse. And maybe that's the hardest pill to swallow. It is not about if disaster strikes, but when. Ignore that, and you risk being the one left helpless when the world tilts off balance. Embrace it, and you step into a mindset where survival is no longer a gamble, it's a choice. The question now isn't whether danger will come. It's whether you'll be ready to face it head on. And that leads us straight into the final piece of this puzzle. When you think back through this entire list, one item probably hit you harder than the rest. Number 9, the tourniquet. It's not flashy, it's not expensive, but it has pulled countless people back from the edge of death. That's the thing about true survival gear. It's not about looking cool. It's about what keeps your heart beating when everything else fails. Hardcore preppers understand this deeply. That's why they trust tools proven in the worst moments of human experience. So now the spotlight turns to you. Which of these items would you add to your kit today? Are you already carrying some of them in your EDC? Or are you realizing there are gaps in your readiness? This isn't just about stuff. It's about responsibility, about refusing to let yourself or your loved ones be caught off guard. Remember, preparation isn't paranoia. It's peace of mind earned before the storm arrives. And the sooner you start, the better your odds when reality tests you. And hey, if you've made it this far, you're already part of a different breed, the kind of person who doesn't want to gamble with survival. So here's what you do next. Drop a comment below, share what you'd pack first, and let's trade knowledge. Then hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, because this channel is where we dig deeper into the hardcore survival strategies most people will never think about. Trust me, you don't want to miss the next one, because the information there might just save your life.